Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by Money Stocks. My name is Nick Santiago. Today is February 13th, 2015. It is a Friday, and it is a Friday before a long holiday weekend. Next Monday, the markets will be closed in the United States for the President's Day holiday. So, again, we do expect lighter volume around the noon hour, so we'll see how that plays out. But in the meantime, futures are trading up a little bit right now by about 4 points, right to around 20.88 per contract. The market had a big day yesterday. A lot of talk coming out of Europe saying, hey, Greece is going to do a deal. We'll see if that gets done. You also had a ceasefire in Russia and the Ukraine. That is all just great news for the economy. But anyway, markets are moving higher. They're trading up a little bit today, and we'll see exactly how it plays out. Now, there are a lot of stocks in the news today. There were a lot of stocks in the news yesterday, so let's try to capitalize on what we're seeing here taking place this morning. First stock we're going to look at is Kraft Foods. KRFT is the ticker symbol. Stock closed yesterday at $66.17. Today it's trading at $64.85. I have a couple levels for you for Kraft. First level is going to be $62.55. If the stock gets there, I think it'll be supported. That's the first level where you can look for a bounce. $62.55 for Kraft. Another level after that is going to be much lower, more likely around the $59 area. So again, we're going to watch $62.55. I think that's going to be a decent level for Kraft today. We'll keep it on the radar. I think you'll get a scalp bounce out of that one. Next one is going to be SJM, which is JM Smuckers. The stock right now looks like it's trading at 109.50, but there's no volume here, so we're going to have to wait and see how this one opens today. Once it opens, we'll take a look at it. It could be in play. Keep it on your radar today. I believe they had earnings, if I'm not mistaken, so just take that into consideration. But that is a stock you want to keep on your radar today. I believe they had some type of earnings, but I'm not seeing a lot of volume right now. Let's take a look at Shutterfly, SFLY. Stock right now is trading at $45.50. It closed at $47. So this one is down a little bit. I'd be careful here. If it does rally, I think there's a lot of resistance at $50. So if it does rally, a lot of resistance at 50. If it sells off, you're going to watch the 41.65 level. Okay, so keep that on your radar today. Let's take a look at CYBR, SYBR. Stock is flying higher. I'm not really sure of the news here. You can check it out yourself. Stock closed at $45.69. This morning it's trading at $54.75. So that's a huge move for CYBR. Now this is a stock that's only been around a short time. I think it IPO'd back in September of 2014. But either way you slice it or dice it, this is a pretty good move. And, we want to respect it, but it is severely overbought. So if you own it, congratulations. Trail your stop loss real tight. You don't have to get out of it. But if you don't own it, I would not be chasing it up here whatsoever. So I believe they had earnings, but you could check out the news for yourself. But I would not be chasing CYBR up here at these levels. Let's take a look at King Digital. KING is the ticker symbol. This is the company that makes those online games. Right now, the stock is flying high. It's trading up at around $17.96. Again, you should be into very good resistance here. So again, for King, I don't think there's going to be a lot of upside from here. Be a little bit careful with it. I'm showing really good resistance right around the 1860 level. So keep that on the radar. If it gets up to 1860, that's a real good resistance point for King Digital. Let's go over to the next one here. I'm talking about Kraft Foods. CAG is the ticker symbol. Stock right now is trading at $35.78. Closed at $36.42. It looks like they cut their full year guidance from what I could see. So you want to be a little bit aware of that, a little bit on the careful side. But it looks like they cut their full year profit forecast due to weaker sales, citing also a stronger U.S. dollar. So that shouldn't change in 2015. Again, the only level I could come up with right now, there's still a fair amount of support around 31.60. If it got down there, I would be a buyer for sure. So keep that on the radar today with Kraft Foods. Campbell Foods, I believe, also cut their guidance forecast. The stock right now is trading at 46.20. It closed at 47.72. I'm looking at support around 44.75. So keep that on the radar today. The next one up here is going to be Groupon. GRPN is the ticker symbol. Everybody knows the company. Stock closed at 7.45. It's trading at 7.35. It's nothing I see really that's great or terrible. It's kind of in the middle. What I'm looking at is if it does fall, it has support around 6.85 today. So keep that on the radar today. Next one up is CBS. Everybody knows the network, CBS Corp. Stock is trading at around $60. Closed at 57.77. Good move. There's a lot of resistance here around $60, $60.10. But either way, good little move for CBS today. But again, I don't really think there's a lot of upside in the cards here. There's also more resistance at 60.73. So if you own it, trail the stop loss real tight. If you don't own it, do not get involved at this stage of the game. It is way, way extended, way overbought. There's not much you want to do with it here at this stage right now. AIG, let's talk about that one. They reported earnings as well. I'm not exactly sure what the earnings report said, nor do I really care. I only care about the movement in the market. If we take a look at the stock, closed at $52.45, trading right now at $51.60, so not a big deal. The stock's probably going to have some support around $50.85, so it could trade down a little bit more from here. Let's move over to the gold market. Gold right now is trading higher by $7.40. Good move on gold. It's trading up around $12.28 an ounce. If we take a look at the GLD, you'll see the GLD today is trading right around the 117.34. This must be a little bit of an off print, but either way, gold still needs to consolidate. I don't think there's going to be any real conviction move one way or the other at the moment. Could be just some hedging or some protecting going into the long weekend. Oil is cruising higher today. Oil is trading up $1.48 to $52.70 a barrel. If you go to the USO, you're going to see that light sweet crude on the USO front is trading at 19.73. That's a pretty good little move. We'll see if it can push higher. Again, oil is rallying today again. It did have a pretty good session yesterday as well. But all in all, I think oil is going to be in somewhat of a range, but it is rebounding up and has found a little bit of a low. We'll see if it can go a little bit higher today. I don't really have anything all that conclusive regarding oil at this stage of the game. So, but one thing I will say, when the oil price is up, generally oil stocks will do better, and we'll keep those on the radar today, and we'll see how they play out once the opening bell rings. So I think I covered everything that I wanted to get through. Again, futures are trading up about 4 points at the moment. It's going to be a little bit of a lighter volume day once we get to the lunch hour, just due to the 3-day weekend, and also it is a Friday. With that being said, everybody, I want to wish you all a great trading day, and we'll see you on the charts.